County Health Center, Chuck Yo, the Land Pro, Crown Power and Equipment of Eldon, the Osage Beach Hy-Vee, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, the Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie, Polylift Boat Lifts, Como Connect, powered by Como Electric Cooperative Incorporated, Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles, Vera Cruz Mexican Restaurant, Pin Max Staffing, Elite Roofing, The Shed Batting Cages, and Vicky Devine with eXp Realty. Now, high school basketball on KS95.
KS95 Sports. We are live at the Eldon Middle School. I've never got to say that sentence before, but we don't cover a lot of middle school games. No, we're here covering a high school game, but the high school for the Eldon Mustangs is home to a big wrestling meet tonight. So instead, a little bit of a vintage throwback as we're at the Eldon Middle School for this matchup between former Tri-County foes at one point in time, the Eldon Mustangs and the Warsaw Wildcats. I'm Colton Taylor, Ryan Retone with me tonight. And, of course, we got Mark Sidebottom engineering back at the studio, and all the static in the world. I don't think that goes over the air. I think we're the only ones.
I think we're the only ones that hear it, but I definitely notice it, right?
Oh, yeah. It's one of those, if we just, too many cables going on.
What about right here?
There we are. That's the spot. Perfect. Nonetheless, we've got a fun matchup here tonight between two teams that have started the season going in opposite directions. As Ryan, Eldon has been red hot to start this basketball season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 wins, like we said. There have been seasons in the past few years where they've finished with 6 wins, and right now they're sitting at 6-1 with some wins over some pretty big teams. They're rolling off a 5-game winning streak, looking to increase it to 6 tonight, and they got a good chance.
And a reminder, this game right now streaming at MoSportsZone.com. And I'm just going to be very honest with you. We are sitting about 2 foot from the court on a stage. I'll give you the best camera shots we can get tonight, but it's up close and personal, so we're doing what we can. But we have a H&R Block pregame show coming up for you in just a moment. This is the Danner Roofing broadcast. I'm sorry, I screwed that up completely. Let me try this again. This is the Danner Roofing broadcast. Warsaw and Eldon. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
H&R Block of Versailles is a family-owned and operated block advisor's office celebrating 10 years of business serving Versailles and the surrounding areas. Pamela Johnson, an enrolled agent, and her certified team are here to prepare your taxes, handle your bookkeeping and payroll, plus audits, tax notices with the IRS and the state, and problem solving and issue resolution. For more information, call the H&R Block office on Monroe Street in Versailles at 573-378-5843. 573-378-5843.
At Lake Regional, we're proud to offer a nationally accredited cancer center with deep expertise, state-of-the-art technology, and personalized treatment plans. Our team is here for one reason: you. We promise to be at your side from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, leaving no stone unturned. Lake Regional Cancer Center. Our commitment runs deep.
And we're back here at the Eldon Middle School, getting ready for this contest between the Wildcats of Warsaw and the Mustangs of Eldon. And Ryan, we talked about how these teams got here. Give us a little bit of a breakdown how we got to this point for the Mustangs.
Yeah, so they opened up the win. Eldon did, with a win over Camdenton. Went to the Tipton tournament, placed 5th. That was the first time that they had won 2 games in a tournament since Coach Caudell had been here. They beat New Bloomfield. Wow, English. They beat Tipton. Fell to California in the opening round in a game that could have went either way.
A close game. Some shots really rolled off the iron in that one.
Yeah, they beat Buffalo, handled them pretty well. Handled Sullivan at home. Not handled Salem. It was a very good game against Salem. That one went down to the wire, won by 3 points, and now here they are tonight. For Warsaw, it's kind of been the opposite end of the spectrum. They're 2-6 this year. They suffered an early loss to Lone Jack. They got one of their 2 wins against Sweet Springs. In their own tournament, they went 1-2, ended up placing, I believe that would be 6th place in that. Lost to Wablo by 23, beat Lincoln by 1, and lost by 26 to Skyline. And then they've been on a 4-game skid ever since, losing to Osceola, Hermitage, and a massive loss to California. So that's kind of the measuring stick between these two teams, is a 9-point loss for Eldon against California and then almost a 40-point loss for Warsaw. But the thing about Warsaw is they live and die by the 3, so you never know what night they could get hot.
No, that's very true, and it'll be interesting being in this old school gym. It's a more tight gym. I mean, everybody's right on top of it. Yeah, you either shoot better or it slows you down, one of the two. And we'll see. I don't think it's going to affect the Mustangs much, not only because, most of these kids went here and grew up in this gym, but also with their style of play. They don't necessarily rely on the run and gun, shoot the three. They can pack it into the half court, work the ball around, and they're really good at running a back screen to try to lob Hess or get somebody on a cut across the middle of the paint. Of course, you can always go to your starting center, Devin Hardy. He's great down low. That's a joke that I'm going to use all year long. Just FYI, Devin Hardy, who once again they list him at 5'9", and I think that's very generous. And he plays in the paint as well as anybody on this floor. But Ryan, for the Mustangs, we've talked about it a lot. This is huge that you have 6 wins under your belt. You're on a 5-game win streak, a chance to make it 6 here tonight. You could have 7 wins with still a couple more games to go before New Year's Eve. I mean, if you could match your win total from last year before you get to New Year's, what does that do for a program that's, I don't want to say still building, but they're definitely still building here in Eldon?
Well, this is a young team, right? You've got your 2 seniors in Hess, and then who's the other one? Nathan Reynolds. And don't get me wrong. They play a huge role into this team. But the bulk of the work is being done by those sophomores. Like we said last night, was that Tuesday night? Yeah. They are learning how to win right before our eyes. We are watching it happen. They are getting game experience. You don't always get that for sophomores. And not only are they getting game experience, think about it. Hunter Hess's game experience was a 6-20 season. They're 6-1 right now. Again, learning how to win those close games. If it wasn't for, who was that? That was
California.
No. That was Britton Ahart, who came alive in the fourth quarter. They don't win that game. So, your young guys are learning how to win. They're figuring out how to close out games. That's so big in building a program.
And that's not a game that it's like, Eldon jumped out to a 20-point lead and had to coast. No. It was tied with a few minutes left. And I know we were saying during the commercial break, no, the momentum's all with Salem. And these boys did what they had to do to execute and retake the lead. I mean, Coach Waddell has this squad firing on all cylinders. And I will tell you right now, I've talked with multiple Tri-County teams, and I think everybody's saying the same thing. The Tri-County is wide open. Blair Oaks is not the 3-headed monster they used to be. There's no 6'10" D1 players running around. Southern Boone's had to take a step back after losing their best player. We saw School of the Osage versus Versailles. Versailles beat Osage by 30. Hallsville suffered its first loss of the year already as they got beat by Eugene by a solid margin. The Tri-County is wide open, and I'm here to tell you Eldon is playing as good of basketball as anybody in the Tri-County.
Yeah, it's definitely opened up. They've got a good chance to make some noise here. First, they got to get by Warsaw tonight, so let's get it started.
Yeah, and we're going to get ready for the national anthem, which does not come over our speaker or our headsets very well. So we'll go ahead and take the commercial break and be back with the opening tip in your starting lineups. This is the H&R Block of Versailles pregame show here on the Danner Roofing broadcast. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
When you're looking for a new furnace or air conditioner, price is important, but warranty, reliability, and efficiency are big factors too. At DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling, you'll receive very competitive pricing on the industry-leading Air Ease products. Every Air Ease product is built on 80 years of experience, testing, and research. Servicing the Lake and Jefferson City areas for nearly 15 years, DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling. For reliable products offered by reliable people, call DeGraff & Reed Heating and Cooling.
At Versailles Total Fitness, they want to make sure that you get the most out of your fitness and training and achieve your desired goals. Tara Grantham is a certified personal trainer and registered occupational therapist who can help you reach your goals and stay injury-free on the way. For prices, call Tara at 573-789-6800 at their new staffed hours Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 5:30. That's Versailles Total Fitness at 131 North Monroe Street. Versailles Total Fitness, helping you reach a healthier lifestyle.
Dunn Property Management is currently taking applications for over 30 one-bedroom, one-bath units in Eldon. These units are for ages 55 plus. Rent includes water, trash, snow removal, and lawn services, and can be pet-friendly upon approval. Locally owned and operated with full-time maintenance staff and office manager. They are close to churches, the senior center, shopping, and parks. For more information, call Dunn Property Management, 573-569-1200.
Sacalaris Ford in Versailles is proud of their growing customer base. When a customer and their family has bought 18 Fords from the Versailles location, you know the team is doing something right. The Versailles Ford Store Sales Department customer viewpoint is 100%. That means that every new vehicle sold, the customer is literally 100% satisfied. Sacalaris Ford in Versailles is big enough to serve you and small enough to care. For brand new Ford products, Ford certified pre-owned, service, tires, and Ford parts and award-winning customer satisfaction, it's Sacalaris Ford of Versailles.
And back here at the Eldon Middle School gym, getting ready for the opening tip as we have this matchup between the Warsaw Wildcats and the Eldon Mustangs. As I'm jotting down the starting lineups for Warsaw, which I apologize. We got here Smith, miscommunication. We just calling now is trying to see who's the final one. Okay, starting for the Warsaw Wildcats, number 2, Shane Hoyser. He is a junior. Number 3, Garrett Ferguson, also junior. Number 10, Brennan Slavins. He is number 24, Logan James. He is a junior. Number 32, Noah Siebert, just a sophomore for the Eldon Mustangs. It will be number 1, Hunter Hess, a senior. Number 2, Desmond Hardy, a junior. Number 3, Brenton Ahart, a sophomore. 12, Holt. He is a sophomore. Number 14. The first time in months in games I have actually got the starting lineup.
You got it right. I'm proud. Out of all the nights, you fought through all this adversity, and you get the starting lineup right. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that's all it took, because I said to be rushed a little bit. It will be Hess jumping off against James, and the initial tip controlled by the Wildcats. Once again, we are streaming at MoSportsZone.com, and I'm going to turn it on. Boy, that camera angle was off close. We're on the stage right next to the court. The opening possession, trying to go to the post, are the Wildcats. A little inside out game, lining up a 3-shot too long. Good box out. Goes to Shane Hoyser of Warsaw. Eldon back the other way, looking for an answer of their own. Hess, he'll run the point. Trying to figure out what kind of defense we've got here. Looks a little 3-2.
It's a little tougher when we're this low.
Yeah, it's a 3-2. They're extending the top out on. Hardy lines up a 3 and banks it in.
A little late for the bank to be open, but
when you're shooting 50+% for 3, they'll open the bank for you. So Hardy gives Eldon the lead 3-2 with 7:12 to play. Eldon puts in the press, but Warsaw able to break it down. Going to the corner, firing the 3. It's long. The rebound winds up to Devin Hardy. You know he wants to run with it. Skips it ahead to Reynolds. Extra pass. He was looking for Ahart, a little too hot to handle. Finds his way back out of bounds.
This floor is a lot than that's actually short to feel. Transition game is going to be big tonight, which definitely benefits Eldon, who's pressing.
Eldon in that 2-1 press. Warsaw able to break games. We've seen a lot this year. Good ball movement, lining up a 3. It goes halfway out, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Who else but your starting center, Devin Hardy, and they're tying it up. Jump ball going to be called, favors the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was the 2 shortest players on the floor. It was Hardy, and then that's Brennan Slavins. Now they don't have height, but he's shorter than Hardy. So if that tells you something.
Eldon has the distinct height advantage in this one, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. Who's going to guard Britton?
And it's the lob on the back cut from Hess. He lays it off the glass and in. You knew that play was coming.
You just talk about height advantage. That's not fair. It was guarded. Like, there was a man there. He just couldn't do anything about it.
And this press is being handled well, but they're making Warsaw think about it. That being the Mustangs. Some good skip passes. Get it to the corner, but Ahart is there to contest. Ball's on the floor, in a bit of trouble. It's finally knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Britton Ahart.
You can already feel the length of Eldon and the aggressiveness on defense starting to overwhelm Warsaw. Although it's only 5-2 early, they're making long passes that aren't going to be sustainable throughout the game.
And Warsaw just throws it into the backcourt as Eldon was applying pressure on the inbounds. On the point for the Wildcats, that is Garrett Ferguson that brings it up. Wildcats trying to get the offense going, looking to get inside, nearly thrown out of bounds. It's tipped. Covered at the free throw line, wrapping around Hess. Layup won't go. Second chance opportunity won't fall either, but drawing the foul going to the line, Logan James.
James, their leading scorer. I think that they had him just north of 12 points when we looked it up before we came over here. And he led them in a few categories, so expect to see him play a bigger role tonight.
Yeah, this is not a high-scoring Warsaw offense as the first free throw up and good. 5-3 now. The Mustang lead with 5:40 to play in the Chuck Yoder Land Pro first quarter. Once again, I apologize. I know we've been saying 7:30 all day. We didn't know about the game schedule change. And the second free throw won't go. Tipped by Ahart. Hessel in the corner, lines up a three halfway down. Ford pulled in at 5. Warsaw, yeah, it's, you know, Hardy's going to get him to go eventually. And Warsaw able to get behind the defense. Coach Caudell not happy about that as James gets to lay in. We're tied at 5.
Well, if you're Eldon, you didn't want to go into this game overlooking it. There, you know, there's definitely a situation where they could. So want to make sure that defensive effort stays up throughout the game.
They really extend out on Hess as he goes to Reynolds, to Hardy, to the corner. Hull's got to look at 3. High arching shot. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound pulled in by Poyser. Poyser trying to break down this press by himself and does so. Getting to the basket. Shot blocked by Hull.
That is textbook.
He went up with 2 hands. Good form. It's a lob. They were looking for Hess. He's able to pull it down and resets. Out to Reynolds. Ahart at the free throw line. Skips it to Hardy. Back in the hole. Lines up another 3 and knocks it down.
3-point shooting going to be big tonight if Warsaw wants to pack out down in that zone.
It's a steal by Hull. Hull all the way to the rim. Counted and a foul. Full takeover mode right now for Talon Hull, the sophomore, rattling off 5 quick points, a chance to make it 6.
And Talon, he's played a role offensively, but we haven't seen him really take over like that. Usually someone else sets him up. There were times kind of doing it on his own, and he's leading or tied with Warsaw himself right now with 5 points.
And this all started with a great defensive series from Talon as he went up with 2 hands and swatted a shot. Free throw won't go, and travel's got to be called, and it is as 2 Wildcats were fighting for the rebound. And the one that had the board in his hands was knocked off to the ground. And you feel bad because you're looking at coach like, wasn't I fouled? So, you can't be fouled by your own team.
You can't be fouled by your own guy.
I mean, you can, but y'all have to settle that. The ref won't help you. The inbound. Cody Tam, who just stepped in, receives it. They go to Hess at the high post. Out to Hull. Hull attacking left side all the way to the rim. Double clutch. I don't know what happened. Talon had his Wheaties this morning or something because he is taking over right now.
There's a foul on Hess, but that's what's fun about this Eldon team is that it's a new guy every night. One of the sophomores, one of the juniors, someone steps up every single night, and then you're always going to get a great performance out of Nate Reynolds and Hunter Hess, but it just shows that they don't have to be the guys to lean on.
And it's now straight man defense for Eldon, showing a different look at him. How do you game plan for that?
I don't know.
It's tough.
And now they
a near steal. Oh, Hess with the steal. He gets it back to Ahart. Ahead to Hull. Hull left side of the glass. Had to double clutch again. Wouldn't go, but it's put back up and in by Tam. Yeah.
For as much as Eldon has struggled on the defensive boards, they've killed it on the offensive board.
It's a 14-5 Eldon lead. We've still got 3:50 to go here in the Chuck Yo, the Land Pro first quarter. Hess wants to push the tempo. Goes down low to Ahart. Spin move off the glass. Eldon has come out looking dominant early.
Yeah, it's not fair because it takes Hess about 3 strides to get up and down this court.
Warsaw a little bit of trouble from this press. Finally able to break half court, but the Mustangs get back well into their defense. Skip pass going to the corner. Wildcats line up a 3. That was a big shot, much needed from Garrett Ferguson.
Yeah, really needed to weather the storm a little bit there, and now just being doubled up gets the lead back down to 8.
16-8, 3:10 to go in the Chuck Yo, the Land Pro first quarter of play. Hess under a little bit of pressure. This is now straight man defense from the Wildcats, I believe. And Tam gets it inside, has it stripped. And Warsaw looked to run on the fast break. That was Logan James, but he was fouled from behind. They're going to get Tam for the reach.
I think that it was on Ahart.
I knew it was a tall kid for Eldon.
I don't know if you caught that, but Coach Caudell telling, I believe that was Tam who lost the ball, telling him, hey, jump stop when you get in the lane and then find something to do. Don't try to dribble a bunch.
I'm telling you, I know we brag about him a lot, but if you don't like the way Coach Caudell coaches basketball, you just don't like basketball.
He was halfway out on the court and slammed his feet on the ground. It was awesome.
He is such a involved coach, and I mean, he has a great relationship with his kids. You can tell they are all buying in and working for him. Warsaw on the attack.
I'm happy about that.
No, a good lane to the basket and a good finish from Noah Siebert. Makes it a 6-point game now. 16-10, the Eldon lead with 2:38 to go in the Chuck Yo, the Land Pro first quarter. Hess gets the crossover, attacks the rim all the way through the contact shot, too strong. Rebound pulled down by James.
You don't see him miss point blank like that too often.
Good pass fake. Now a shot lined up corner 3 from the Wildcats won't go, and Hardy got away with a little bit of a push in the back. A 3 on the way from Warsaw won't fall again. Another offensive board. Eldon struggling a little bit defensively rebounding.
Warsaw gets an offensive rebound and sprints straight out to the three-point line. They want to live and die by it tonight.
Poiser to Ferguson. Works ball around to James. He goes for the bounce pass inside, but it's stolen by Ahart. He needs a little help, and it's restolen into the hands of Siebert. Gives it off, attacking the basket, up and in. Brennan Slavens, however you say his name.
Hardy tried to take a charge there. Good no call.
So it's just a 4-point game after an early Eldon barrage, and now a charge on the other end.
Yeah, I say good no call, but you can't call on one end and then, not call it on the other. But fun fact, they did, so it doesn't really matter.
And a big foul, because that is the third foul on Brennan Ahart.
Goodness. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, 1:45 to go. Chuck Yo, the Land Pro quarter. This time, 16.
Warsaw, the free throw line.
It will, as Cody Tam going to get called for the reach.
And it feels like Eldon has dominated this game, but it's a 4-point game, and they're shooting for the rest of the first quarter.
Yeah, this is a big stretch for Warsaw. You survive the initial Eldon barrage. Essentially, you survive the initial Talon Hole barrage.
Seriously.
First free throw up and off the front iron will not fall.
And Talon puts in good minutes for you, but he's typically the guy that we see come off the floor first. Typically, we'll see Tam go in for him, and we'll see Holtz take a step onto the bench. Both free throws are no good. But when he puts in minutes like he has so far tonight, you can't really justify taking him off the floor yet.
So Eldon with the ball on offense, 1:30 to play here in the first quarter. It's the lob to Hess on the backside off the glass. That play is devastating because Hunter can get up so high on it.
Yeah, his head's up there even with the rim on it. Had it been a better pass, he probably dunks.
18-12 the lead, offensive board. Wildcats, it's blocked by Tam. Warsaw keeps it alive, but it's stolen by Hull.
Hull's just packing the stat sheet tonight.
Talon wants to run ahead to Hardy, corner three. That is the second time we've seen a Hardy three do everything but go down.
That's happened back-to-back nights now for Hardy, where he's had really good looks that go in and just fall out.
Warsaw on offense, trailing by 6, under a minute to play here in the Chuck Yo Land Pro first quarter. 45 seconds to be exact. Back to the 3-2 zone for the Mustangs, excuse me. They're doing a good job pressuring the Wildcats on the outside as they get the ball inside. Extra pass, laying up off the glass, and good. That shot fell for Garrett Ferguson.
Yeah, that was set up there by Logan Jimenez. How are we saying it? James, there it is, James.
Eldon with the ball up by 4:20 seconds to go. Hardy drives, dishes it out to Hull. He goes baseline, attacking the basket. Shot partially blocked, dipped around. Finally hauled in by the Wildcats. And restolen by Hardy. He gives it up to Tam, who is fouled on his way to the rim. He'll shoot 2 with 9.6 to go.
Good job they're not giving up on the play. And again, you're going to hear me talk about it a million times through the night, but part of it helps to be on a little packed-in floor there because there was so much going on in such a little space. People were just trying to run back down the court, but, I don't know who got the steal. I think it might have been Hardy. Kind of just ended up with the ball in his hands.
Tam's first free throw up and good. 19-14. It's a 5-point lead with 9.6 to go in the Chuck Yo Land Pro first quarter. Second free throw from Tam, a high archer, but great finish. So that extends the lead to 6. Warsaw trying to score before the end of the quarter. Quickly the other way, lining up a 3 and knocking it down. Big basket for Garrett Ferguson. Eldon has to heave it. Oh, nearly banked in, but it won't fall for Hardy. So we played one quarter. After one quarter of play, 20-17, the Eldon lead. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Divine and the Land Pro team will provide you with excellent service and more than 25 years of combined knowledge of the local real estate market. Looking to buy or sell land or farms in Miller, Morgan, or Camden County? Call Chuck Yo, the Land Pro, at 573-280-4452. Victoria Divine makes finding your next home enjoyable, utilizing the latest technology to bring buyers and sellers together. Buying a home is a big decision. Trust Victoria Divine to handle all the details for you. Divine and Associates, powered by eXp Realty, located across from Wood Supermarket in Eldon.
And we are back, shifting gears into the Gladstone Cove trailer sales second quarter. Tonight, a prime example of why I think we may be getting a Comrex. I hope so.
That might sound like a nice new gift.
Yeah, I think it's just this gym that's kind of tough to get signal in and out. I apologize if it's a bit glitchy on us right now. We just, nothing I can do about it.
We are just given the conditions. We don't make them, right?
That's absolutely correct. So Warsaw will have the first possession of this second quarter, trailing by 3, 20-17. Honestly, that was kind of an offensive onslaught for both squads.
What in the world just happened? How was it 20-17? It felt like Eldon was running away with this game. And then Warsaw, they got nothing to lose in this. They're definitely the underdog, just pushing their way right back into it.
I'm sure Coach Caudell not happy, though, to see his team allow 17 points in the first quarter. Warsaw back on offense, moving the ball around this 3-2 zone. Hull applying the pressure. Now Reynolds goes out to the corner. Pass tipped by Hull. From going back to get it was Ferguson. He's on the point for Warsaw. Skip pass to the corner for Slavins. Back up Ferguson. Thinks about the three, but Cody Tam is there to take him away and move the ball around the outside. Just doesn't want it. Goes inside. Shot. Fake. Step back. Nothing there. Put a shot off the glass. Won't fall. Boys are got to look, but 3 Mustangs were waiting. Has had a steam finger roll, won't fall, but Tam gets the miss. Can't get it to go. Tam keeps it alive, feeds Hess under the block. One strong dribble, goes up and finishes.
By the look on Hunter Hess's eyes in the first possession of the second quarter, someone told him at the quarter break, we need you to step up and score the basketball. And he did right there.
Sometimes you see what I call a grown man move, and that's how Hunter finished that, where it's I'm bigger and stronger than you. Mid-range jumper from Warsaw won't go. Tam a good rebound. Goes right back to Hess. Hess looks to run. Left side of the floor goes to Hardy. Back up to Reynolds. Skip past to Tam. Top of the key. Lines up a 3 off the back iron. Hess keeps it alive. He slapped on the head for his trouble. No whistle. Play on.
Yeah, when you're a guy like Hunter, you're, between the legs pass. Did you see that?
Yeah, there's a name for that. It skips my mind at the moment. Nonetheless, 3 from Warsaw. Knocked down. That's Warsaw's answer to everything. It's fire another 3. That time it was Jeans hitting it.
It's just his 6th point of the night, and that one's an over in the back violation because Hess hadn't established, what am I trying to say?
He had not established himself in the front court.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. It escaped my mind.
Yeah, that's a tough break, and
now Warsaw's got a chance to tie or take the lead on this.
It's 22-20 here in the Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales second quarter. Like I said, these threes have kept Warsaw in the game. So Warsaw, chance to tie or take the lead. Going to work around the outside in the game now. Braden Henderson. He's on the point for the Wildcats. Push it over to Slavins. Skip pass on the weak side. That is James with it. Warsaw trying to be patient. They've went a little inside out against this 3-2 zone.
Yeah, there's no need to pick it up.
A steal from Tam, though. Use that length on the top to Hardy. Had a steam to the rim. Shot won't go. Tam fighting for the rebound with James. A jump ball going to be called. Hardy was kind of in the danger zone as he was laying on the ground.
Yeah. This is like 5 or 6 times now we've seen Eldon miss point blank, and they don't do that very often.
Not their MO. I think some of that, once again, you're playing in a weird gym.
I agree. The only other time we've seen this happen was in the loss against California.
Reynolds lines up a 3, knocks it down. Nate Reynolds doesn't care what gym you put him in. He's going to shoot the lights out anywhere.
Really needed that one. And who do you look to? Your senior leaders, right? We've seen Hess score on 1 possession, and now Reynolds on the second.
Warsaw on offense, trailing by 5, 25-20 with 5:30 to go. The Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales second quarter. This 3-2 zone of Eldon has looked a lot better here early in the second quarter as they've given up only 3 points. Skip pass nearly stolen. Tam going to get called for a hip check. And that might be his 3rd.
I think that's Tam's 2nd, and you're going to have to tell him to slow down a little bit because then you've got Tam with 2 fouls and Ahart with 3. And you're looking to the end of the bench, and
it looks like Bayshore going
to have to come in. He sees a lot of minutes in G, really succeeds, but we don't get to see him a lot in varsity action.
I do think you're right. We did see him at the end of the year on the football field playing a little running back.
I think he was their last resort, right?
It was either that or the D tackle was playing running back.
So, they went through 40 running backs this season.
It was a rough year injury-wise for him. Warsaw on offense, 25-20, the Mustang lead, 5 minutes to go. The second quarter action. Warsaw being very patient. They're trying to set up a 3. It's what they live and die by right now. But Eldon not giving any clean looks. They really extended out. Warsaw going to fire one anyways. Won't go. Offensive board. Volleyball set from Nate Reynolds to Hunter Hess. He goes ahead to Hull. Extra pass to Hardy, who lays it in. Beautiful ball movement.
Yeah, we see that so many times out of Eldon where they take 1, 2, or maybe no dribbles up the floor to get a transition bucket. They're one of the most unselfish teams I've seen play.
It reminds me a little bit, I'm going old school here, like your 84, 85 Celtics. They would run fast breaks without a dribble. Corner three from Warsaw won't go. Hold the board, gives it to Hess. This is the danger of living and dying by the three. When they stop falling, Eldon can go on a little bit of a run here if you're not able to get any offense. I mean, it was a 2-point game a moment ago. Back up the three. It rolls off the diner. Good look, just wouldn't fall.
I like setting Reynolds up for the three after the make on the last one. He's the type of guy that gets a little bit of confidence and runs a mile with it.
Good penetration by Warsaw, sets up the corner three. Inside out game, though. Offensive board won't fall. We're side from Noah for the bucket. So Warsaw draws within 5, and they want Coach Bronsberger wants the timeout. We'll take a break as well. 3:54 to go in the second quarter of play. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Hi, I'm Brandon, and welcome to Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales. Do you need a trailer to get your boat out of the water? Maybe just a replacement trailer. Or considering selling your boat and you know a trailer will help get it done. We carry 11 lines of high-quality boat trailers, and if we don't have what you need, we also build our very own line of custom aluminum boat trailers. Thanks to everyone that's been by or just heard of us and gave us a referral. From my family to yours, we can't thank you enough.
And we're back. Second quarter action as Eldon went on a 7-0 run before an answer from Warsaw with a big offensive board there to draw within 5, 27-22. Ryan, the defense has really stepped up for the Mustangs in this second quarter.
Yeah, it has. I was a little worried after the first quarter because defense isn't something that we see Eldon struggle with, right? We know sometimes they might not score the basketball, but they're going to use their defensive effort to keep them right there in games and get them through the spurts where they don't. But I will say the refreshing thing is here, the defensive effort has stepped up. They fell back into a zone here in the second quarter. It's worked well, and we've seen the senior leaders take over. Hunter Hess and Nate Reynolds both scoring to open up the second quarter. It's felt pretty good.
I will say it's worth noting that when you play a team that shoots as many threes as Warsaw does, sometimes as inside quickly, who else but Hull continuing his great night already with another lay.
9 points for him already. But yeah, sometimes when you play a team that shoots a lot of threes,
it can be an anomaly against the defense. If they get red hot, even against good defense, sometimes there's nothing you can do. I mean, how many defensive ratings were destroyed? And
I guess it got to done now. Weak.
Yes, there's a wall. That's it's really hard to broadcast through a wall. Sometimes. If this really make it up, we're having a video broadcast. Offensive board very quickly put back up and in by Poyser. So Eldon, if they've had one weakness tonight, it has been the boards. And a three from Hull won't go. Hess keeps it all and puts it off the glass.
Little heat check there for Talon Hull, which you can afford to take when you know you've got more athletic players on the inside like Hunter Hess who are fighting for offensive rebounds.
And back the other way quickly, getting inside and laying it in is James. 31-26 with 2:45 to play. Reynolds up top to Hardy, looking for Hull. Hull has it on the right side, top of the key. They'll reset with Hardy on the point. Couple screens being set. Hess flashes high post, gets it, takes on James on the block, out muscles him, gets his own miss and puts it in. That is a simple one-on-one. We think Hunter can win that battle.
Yeah, Hunter said, hey, I'm just a little bit stronger and faster than you.
And it's a steal by Hull. Hull getting it done on both ends of the floor this evening. Head to Reynolds. Skip pass to the corner to Hess. Hess gets inside all the way, right hand off the glass and in.
Just knifing through the defense. I'm just glad that he's stepping up here in the second quarter and saying, all right, I'm going to go score the basketball.
It's now a 9-point lead, 35-26 with just under 2 minutes to play. Warsaw looking for any kind of answer here in the second quarter. Hand check from Eldon, no whistle. Moving to the corner, three. I thought was going to be on the way.
Blocked. I think Hess got a hand on it. And isn't that funny how the offensive production picks up and then the defensive effort goes along with it?
It sparks, and Hunter's going to get the rare breather in this one as he will come out and Tam will check back in. It's nice being able to just, pull 6'4" out and put another 6'4" in. I think Tam's only 6'2". Hunter just has one.
There it is.
And a corner 3 from Wars. So the roll half straight up and fall as it is knocked down by James. That's a big shot, drawing them back within 6. Hole ahead of steam, going all the way to the rim, counted in a foul. My goodness, it goes Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and then Talon Hole, apparently. This kid is just on one tonight.
Talon Hole said, hey, can we play every single game in the Eldon Middle School? The rest of the team is saying, nah, hey, Talon, I don't think we want to, but Talon really wants to.
No, Eldon Middle School is the house that Talon Hole built, apparently. This is something.
Was he a star in junior high or something?
I think he
That's what
must
we need
have
to find out.
I have a theory he's dunking from the free throw line in the second half. This is impressive.
Nah, he's killed it. I would now. I don't have the official stat, and I don't want to say it, but I would venture to say 11 points. He's probably nearing his career high here in the first half.
Oh, but he does have a weakness as the free throw doesn't fall. That's
He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
That is the only weak spot in the armor of Talon Hole in this game this evening. Warsaw looking for some offense as they trail by 8, but it's a steal. Winds up in the hands of Hess. 1:10 to go. 37-29, the Mustang lead over the Wildcats. And this goes to Hardy at the top of the key. A step out to the logo. Goes to Hess on the left side. Drives baseline all the way to the rim and lays it in.
I don't know if you noticed that, but that's their ISO play. They were calling out ISO right there. It's interesting, is almost a steal there. It's interesting that where they want to isolate Hess with the ball is on the wing. And that's where we've seen him put a lot of work in, is he'll go to the wing and then drive baseline and get an easy bucket. It's just got such a long wingspan.
He's got a long wingspan, a quick first step, and when he rises up, he can out-jump almost anybody on the floor. Warsaw looking for an answer as they trail by 10. We've got 45 seconds to go in the Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales second quarter.
If I'm Warsaw, I might slow down and take the last shot here. Eldon's got a lot of momentum. Don't allow him to get any.
I think Slavin's heard you because he put the ball on his hip and he's like, Ryan, you are right.
You just don't want to let Eldon get any more momentum here. You're running the risk of, them getting a steal, going out and getting in transition. There's no point. Just hold it, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, we're just going to stand on the logo for a minute, look at each other, and hey, guys, how's it going?
I'm going to petition for a shot clock after this game.
Yeah, Hunter and Nate were having a little conversation down there about, hey, man, it's Friday night. You got any plans after this? Early game, and it's on Sonic close. It's nice. Corner 3 up for Warsaw won't go, and a good job to fight for it inside.
And give it to Warsaw.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Warsaw. Bayshore had position, just didn't have the size needed there as it was tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Bayshore, but kept them off the offensive glass. 5 seconds to go. Warsaw inbounding under their own basket. Quickly, they lob it to the top. The corner, James has got a look, fires the 3 and knocks it down. So a big shot just before the buzzer draws Warsaw back within 7. IV halftime show coming up in just a moment. After one half of play, 39-32, the Mustang lead. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
The goal of the Morgan County Health Center in Versailles is to make sure you feel your best and stay that way. A few of the public health and community services available at the Morgan County Health Center include CPR and first aid training, food safety classes, educational materials and classes promoting healthy lifestyles and activities, children and adult immunizations, and nutrition for expectant mothers and young children through the WIC program. For more information, follow the Morgan County Health Center on Facebook or call 378-5438. The Morgan County Health Center at 104 West Lafayette in Versailles, connecting the community to healthy choices.
It's not called a farm won't or a farm can't. It's the Case IH Farm All Series, and it's available now at Crown Power and Equipment. And instead of telling you that the Case IH Farm All can do baling, mowing, pulling, raking, and digging, we'll just give you the list of things it won't do. Ready? Nothing. Get your Case IH Farm All Series today at Crown Power and Equipment and find out why Can Do comes in red. Crown Power and Equipment. Passion, power, performance. Find a location near you at crown-power.com.
From the snap of the ball to the last play of the game, Danner Roofing and Construction specializes in commercial and residential roofing. Danner Roofing and Construction works hard all 4 quarters and completes every job from start to finish with no money down. No time is wasted on the clock, and the seasoned pros bring home the win every time. When your home or business is ready for a roof or repair, depend on Danner Roofing and Construction. 4 generations of roofing experience and the team to get the job done before the whistle blows. Look them up online and Facebook.
Every day, your Jefferson City and Osage Beach Hy-Vee pharmacies are committed to your health and wellness. If you're enrolled in Medicare Part B, Medicare Advantage plans, and most commercial plans, they'll cover up to 8 over-the-counter COVID-19 tests per month at no cost through Hy-Vee. Most plans cover these costs and no prescription is required. Stop in at your Osage Beach or Jefferson City Hy-Vee pharmacy and see the helpful pharmacy staff today.
And we're back with the Hy-Vee halftime show here at Eldon Middle School, where after one half of play, the Mustangs hold a 7-point lead, 39-32 over Warsaw. Ryan, it was a tale of two sides in the first half, in the sense there's a lot of good for Eldon, but there's some things that I'm sure Coach Caudell is not thrilled about.
Well, anytime you score 39 points and a half, right, if you're Eldon and that's not your MO, you're going to be thrilled. If you told Coach Caudell going into tonight that they were going to have 39 at halftime, I'm sure he would have been ecstatic. The problem is you've given up 32, and your MO is defense.
Yeah.
And you're seeing, I don't want to say your kids get lazy, but you're seeing them want to get out in transition. They want to leak out a little bit. They're not being very active on the defensive boards. Now, on the flip side, they're killing it on the offensive boards. So it's not that they can't do it. It's more of a, we got to put our mind to this thing.
And my thing is, it often gets lost when you say, oh, they play good defense. They do play great defense. But people forget that a part of defense is finishing the defensive series with a rebound. I was always taught by my coaches growing up with getting the board at the end of your defensive set is a part of defense. And that is the one part that the Mustangs have been lacking if you had to critique anything. The offense looks great. I mean, Talon Hole is asking people what the scoring record is in this gymnasium tonight. Hunter Hess is just having his way inside. Devin Hardy is doing magic tricks because he's had shots go halfway down and come back
I don't know
up.
how that happened. After he hit his first three, I thought he was bound for like a 23 night, and then it was like, because he banked it in. I'm like, oh, if he banked one in, that's going to be a good night. But the two that he's shot that look good have not went in, so it's kind of strange how that happens.
And the thing that I like about this Mustang squad is you're getting something from everyone. I mean, Britton Ahart had the early foul trouble. That's been a problem, and we haven't got to see as much of him. But you have a guy like Colin Tam, who comes off the bench and is, for one, a factor inside. He's going to give, or excuse me, not Colin, Cody. I do this all the time. It's Cody Tam, not Colin Tam, excuse me. Cody Tam checks into the game and immediately is going to affect you on the glass. He's going to affect things defensively. He fills space well, and he's one of the few guys that can actually give Hunter a breather because he's very similar athletically. So there's a lot of balance. We got to see Bayshore for a while in this game, and Bayshore played very well in his time on the floor as well. So the Mustangs starting to show a little bit of that depth in a situation where, once again, one of your 5 starters wound up in foul trouble early.
Yeah, the Mustangs running 7 deep right now, and that's pretty good. You know, you'd like to have 8, but 7 isn't bad. And the thing is, you're getting production out of all 7. Sometimes you run 8, 9 deep, and you only get production out of 6, 5 guys. You know, whether it's points or not, they're getting production from all 7. 6 have scored right now. The only one that hasn't is Rhett Bayshore, but I was actually impressed what I saw on the defensive end. Now, he doesn't always have the height and doesn't necessarily have the physicality level that Devin Hardy has at his height, but he still likes to box out. Oh, my goodness.
Words are tough. I know
he still likes to box out and get active on the rebounding. So that's the spark that they kind of needed. So far tonight for the Mustangs, it's 14 out of Hess, 11 out of Hull. You've got 5 out of Hardy, and then 4 out of Tam, 3 out of Reynolds, and 2 out of Ahart. So you're getting something out of everyone, right? And who knows? In the second half, it could be someone else. That's what I love about coming out and watching these Mustangs. You know, last night we got to watch Versailles play, and that was awesome. But the thing about the Mustangs is it's someone new every single night. Every single night, someone else is stepping up. It's whether it's a sophomore, a senior, a junior, and sometimes I think maybe pulls guys off the street. But everyone wants to play for Coach Caudell, and I really like it.
It's a great system going here for Eldon right now. And also, I'm just saying, we're taking partial credit because right now every team that we have covered this year is doing very, very well. Eldon, with a win tonight, would have a 6-game win streak. Versailles, after last night, has a 6-game win streak. Actually, I need to check in. Well, they probably haven't started, actually. They're up in Knob Noster tonight playing. But they're on a 6-game win streak and have the leading scorer in the country. Not the state, not the conference. Ryder Williams is averaging more points per game than anybody playing high school basketball in the United States of America. And, and those Tipton girls, they're all right as they defend their Class 2 state title. They haven't lost a game yet, but they've got a date with the Fatima Lady Comets in the Championship of the Lynn tournament tomorrow.
Yeah, Tipton, 22-game winning streak.
That seems decent.
They're number 19 in the country via Max Preps, they do some small town ratings, and they're considered a small town, obviously, and they're ranked number 19th in the country, first in the state, 10th in all of the state, including class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
we talk about those rankings. So when we saw the MBCA rankings that came out, Versailles received votes. Eldon did not yet, but hear me out, right? I'm just saying, if Eldon keeps this win streak alive, and I know if you ask Coach Caudelli, he doesn't care. It's 1-0. It's all about each individual game. If Eldon can keep this win streak alive, and you start getting that record up to 7-1, 8-1, 9-1, I think at some point in time they're gonna receive votes.
I think that they should receive votes. They didn't yet, and I understand it. Right now, I also on the flip side, I think Versailles is a top 10 team in Class 3. Is that what they're in?
Yeah.
They should be not just receiving votes; they should be in the top 10. That'll probably happen in the next poll. Eldon, on the other hand, though, they could slide into that 10 spot. Maybe isn't.
I think the loss to California is the only reason they haven't received them, and they will see each other again in the very near future. But that's the thing; you have to put together some good wins. I think the win over Salem was pretty nice the other night. I think if you could just keep putting these together, you're going to get tested eventually. And when you do, you just got to win a couple of those big ones. Go get your revenge on California. Go take out a couple of these Tri-County teams. You start doing that, people are going to remember, because it goes with the whole learning how to win. Let's be honest. A lot of teams, they hear Eldon basketball and they're like, oh, well, they're going to win 4 games. No, this is not the Eldon you've become accustomed to. This is a new generation with the Mustangs. They're here to play, and they're here to win ball games.
Well, and you say that, and then if you can get these teams in the Tri-County early, before their record kind of shows what they are, then teams are going to hear wins over Tri-County teams, and they're like, oh, Eldon's pretty good if they're beating all these Tri-County teams. Even if Blair Oaks isn't what they used to be, you hear Blair Oaks, and you're like, oh, that's a win.
The other side of that is when we say Blair Oaks isn't what they used to be, I mean, that just means
they're
they don't
still
have
good. Yeah,
that just means they don't have 2 Division I kids playing.
Right, they're still really good.
Yeah, but I tell you what, we've got third quarter action coming up in just a moment. At the half, 39-32, the Mustang lead over Warsaw. We'll be back with more. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
A full-service graphics company, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising does it all, from screen printing, offset printing, and promotional advertising to custom-built trophies and awards. It's where they do it the right way. Check out their Facebook page for their monthly special, and don't forget they offer online stores for all your group and activities needs. Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, across from the Family Center on Highway 52 East in Versailles. Call 573-378-5775.
Since 1844, Kidwell Garber Funeral Home has been a part of Versailles. They've seen the community grow. They've seen the community change. But one thing remains the same. Nothing's more important than our schools. Kidwell Garber would like to take this time to salute everyone involved in keeping Versailles schools a source of pride for the community, and to the students who always strive to do their best, whether in sports or academically. You are the future. From Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie.
We're getting ready for the polylift boat lift third quarter. Warsaw will have the first possession. They're in their road black uniforms, the green trim. Going to the basket to our right, Eldon in the home white with the gold lettering and trim on theirs.
They have the same uniforms on, if you haven't noticed. Both teams do, just different colors.
Yeah, no, same exact style. You're absolutely right with that.
Jordan brand.
That's nice. And a mid-range jumper from the Wildcats won't go. Tipped, kept alive, but controlled by Reynolds. He goes to Hardy. Hardy wants to push it up the left side of the floor. Lob pass underneath to Ahart. Has to reset, throws it out to the corner. 3 on the way up and good. Who else but Talon Hole?
Big hit by Talon Hole, and that's a really mature move by Britton Ahart, who was calling for the lob early to know that he couldn't get the shot up and to take it down. Most of the time, you'd see someone force that.
Eldon has multiple presses. This is a 2-1-2 press they put in with Hess as the lone floater in the middle. It's different. Ahart leading the fast break. Ahead to Hardy. Takes some contact. Shot won't go. Kept alive by Britton. His legs kind of cut out from under him. He wasn't able to land, but they'll just say ball out of bounds back to the Wildcats.
Britton was lucky to not get his 4th foul there. I'm going to be honest with you. Even though he had his legs taken out, 95% of the time, refs are going to see that and call the foul on the offensive player.
On top of that, also lucky to not get hurt.
Yeah.
When you come down that way. So just happy to see everybody okay. So it's a 42-32 lead after a minute of play in the polylift boat lift third quarter. Straight man defense to start the quarter from the Mustangs. Working the ball around the outside. Siebert trying to back down. Ahart gets inside. Shot fake. Puts it off the iron. Won't go. Strong rebound. Britton Ahart Goes to Hess. Hess looks to run left side. He's going to go all the way to the rim, and his shot altered, a little contact, no whistle, play on. Warsaw looking to skip ahead, but it's stolen by Hull. Hull gives it up to Hess, who lays it in.
I thought we were going to see Hess just absolutely annihilate the rim the way he was looking at it, but chose to lay it.
I know he can slam it. We saw it last year. Just got to give him a little room to take off in a travel. That's got to be up. The Mustang pressure causing some issues.
You think Coach Caudell had an inspiring halftime talk?
I think the inspiration was if you play defense like that in the second half, you're going to run next week.
Well, that's the thing is I think he's very happy with the wins and stuff, but I have a feeling he's probably content not winning if it means they're not going to win the right way.
I'm here to tell you, as much as everybody gets excited, it's the lob play to Hess, and I don't know how he even got his hands on it. It's tipped away to Ahart, out to Hull. He wants another three, and this one was short, nearly re-stolen, but Warsaw trying to run the other way. Hull tips it to Hardy. Ahead to Hess on the left side of the floor.
That play by Talon Hull speaks levels to what this team is.
No hanging your head after a missed shot. Get back and play some defense. As Reynolds gets it on the right side. Straight man from Warsaw. Reynolds to Hull. Hull to the corner. Behind a wall. Player we can't see. Tries to lob Hess inside. Winds up in the hands of Hardy. He waits. Gets two guys in the air and finishes. And Warsaw wants the timeout as Eldon has come out swinging in this third quarter. The Poly Lift Boat Lift third quarter. 46-32. The Mustang lead with 5:30 to play. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, everyone was complaining about slow internet, even a mouse.
I'm trying to upload videos to Cheesebook, but the internet's too slow.
Jolly St. Nicholas would soon be there, with gifts needing more internet to the parents' despair. A call to Como Connect would fulfill their needs, with internet so fast it rivals Santa speeds. Call 844-99-FIBER and sign up today. Your whole family, and even the little mouse, will surely shout hooray.
I think we're going to have to get some measurements on players out here or something, because I'm not agreeing with a lot of these. We were just looking in the huddle at Tam. If Tam is 6'2", then I can't judge heights anymore. Because
if Tam's 6'2", then Hunter Hess is like 6'1", right? Because I think Tam might be just about as tall as Hunter Hess.
Yeah, and he's right up there with like Britton Ahart as well. I think they may have a whole trio of guys at 6'4" and 6'3". Getting the ball inside is James, but he's blocked by Ahart. Out of bounds will stay with the Wildcats.
I don't know if you noticed, because I kind of took one of the flaps off my ear on the headset. That talk right there was more like a collective talk in the huddle rather than Coach Caudell having to rip into anyone, right? It seems like the energy on the bench is much better right now.
Ooh, and just thinking before the shot was a Wildcat as the ball goes through his hands, out of bounds, back to the Mustangs. Eldon with a 14-point lead here in this third quarter. Warsaw going to pull the press. They didn't have a whole lot of luck with it there in the first half, and I think you almost want to slow Eldon down a little bit.
You want to slow Eldon down offensively, make them run through their offense, and on the defense, or on your offensive end, you want to slow it down, limit possessions.
However, Hess just takes it baseline around two guys and finishes against the next. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, if you put him on the left wing, he's going to score the basketball. 9 times out of 10. It's going to happen.
Hunter Hess is just kind of a cheat code.
Yeah.
It's, what was the old football game back in the day?
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, it's like Tecmo Bowl. It really is. It's like Tecmo Bowl, and you happen to have... It's like,
yeah.
I was trying to think of what I can't even finish this thought there. I'm all over the place. Eldon with the rebound, running the floor. 3 on the way. Won't go. Saved by Warsaw. They'll keep it alive to themselves, trying to run. But a good job by Reynolds and Hess to slow down the fast break and let the Eldon defense get back. Look from 3, having to skip back to the top of the key, going back to meet it was Siebert for the Wildcats. Crossover, gets inside, takes a few steps, and they'll say he was fouled by Hardy.
Hunter Hess on the left wing is like, I don't know if you...
Bo Jackson in the Tecmo Bowl.
Well, yes, Bo Jackson in the Tecmo Bowl. I was thinking... I don't know if you've heard of the end double dribble, but they would go to the corner every single time.
The corner 3.
It's from Family Guy.
I was about to say that.
It's just the same thing. It's a glitch in the system.
First free throw up and good. Now I'm going to hear Peter Griffin's free from the corner.
I saw it on TikTok this morning, so it's funny that I got to bring it up.
I expected a lot of things tonight, but being able to reference Peter Griffin in the middle school at Eldon is not one of them. As random screams from the crowd caused the free throw to not go in. However, keeping it alive for Warsaw, putting it up and in, Noah Siebert. He turns it into a three-point play, 48-35 the lead. Eldon quickly back the other way. Hesitation, Hardy gets inside, jump stop off the glass. That shot did everything but fall. Ball out of bounds. Are they going to call a foul?
Yeah, they're fouling Hardy. He got him across the waist. Had the ball not went out of bounds, there would have been no call there. But since it affected the play,
it'll be the second team foul on Eldon.
That move by Hardy, he didn't finish, but that's like a very high-level move to hop through the defense, strong jump step
So much body control is required, and it's a steal quickly by Tam. He goes to Hardy, gives it to Hess with a head of steam, and Hunter, I know he doesn't like it, but Hunter dropped his shoulder on the way, and don't get me wrong with that shoulder, I think he probably wouldn't have got the whistle.
No. And he probably would have scored the basketball either way, but he really likes contact.
Oh, he's a four-year starter as a quarterback on a football team, a team that lives by the run.
That's what I was going to say, a team that allows him to run the football.
And a turnover by the Wildcats. Just a errant pass and dribble there, out of bounds, back to the Mustangs. Oh, no, excuse me. It was touched by the Mustangs.
Yeah, it was tipped out of bounds, I think.
He gets onto that corner. There's an announcer's table in the way. Things are hard to see.
I agree. He just stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, okay, I predicted the turnover.
You did. You knew it was coming.
I just Tony Romo'd this thing.
I remember I tried to beat Tony Romo when California and Eldon played, and California proceeded to throw the ball in the first 3 plays of the game, and they ran the triple option. So,
yeah. To be fair, no one saw that coming.
No, and then they onside kicked it.
3:20 to play in this third quarter. 48-35. The Mustang lead. Hardy on the point. Straight man defense. Several screens away. Free up Hess on the right side. He's going to attack the basket all the way to the rim. Hunter Hess.
I'm so confused because Hunter Hess is right-handed, right?
Yeah,
but he uses his left hand so well on the dribble.
I think Hunter's right-handed at least. Maybe he's ambidextrous. I don't know.
He throws a football right-handed.
That's true, but I don't know. In basketball, he's just really good. Tam quickly back the other way off the Warsaw lay-in. Tam gets it, counted, and a foul. There we go. Sorry about that. Cody Tam with a head of steam, and it's almost like Warsaw was caught napping a little bit after the made basket of their own. He's like, no, I'll get out and run. I don't care.
They finally felt good for like 30 seconds, right?